Teratogenesis means it is one of the congenital deformities which is formed in growing embryo. It is maybe due to heredity. Heredity is causes some of the cleft lip, syndactyly. Next one is heavy metals also causes the teratogenesis. Environmental factors like alcohol and drugs. Fetal alcoholism, fetal alcoholic syndrome is caused by alcohol. Radiation is also one of the teratogenic agents. X-rays, UV rays are mutagen acts as the mutagenic agents. Maternal disease like diabetes, malnutrition also leads to teratogenesis. Pathogens like rubella virus, herpes simplex also causes teratogenesis. We can see the process of teratogenesis in an easy way. Teratogenesis is the process in which it causes congenital deformities in a growing embryo. Any agent which is able to cause congenital malformations in growing embryo or fetal cells is called teratogenicity, and the process is called teratogenesis. Radiation, drugs, alcohol, or any pathogen is able to cause congenital deformity in growing embryo is called teratogen. Generally, the branch of science which deals with malformations in growing embryo is called teratology. In Greek, terata means a malformed embryo. Terata means malformation in embryo, and logy means study. Generally, 2.5% of newborn babies all over the world are suffering with genetic disorders. Here, you can see the teratogenicity. Here, the teratogenicity is caused by so many factors. The abnormal genotype or the environment may be responsible for teratogenicity. Teratogenesis is always depends on three factors. One is duration of exposure, susceptibility of fetus, and dose reaching fetus. Here, the teratogenesis in the organisms is depends on the duration of the exposure, susceptibility of fetus, and dose reaching fetus. These are the three factors which is responsible for teratogenic activity. Teratogenesis is the malformation will be seen in human beings as well as in some of the animals. Here you can see teratogenesis is caused by so many factors. The factors which are responsible for teratogenesis is heavy metals like mercury and lead also causes teratogenic agent. Heredity is also acts as a teratogenic agent. It causes cleft lip, syndactyly, the environmental factors like alcohol and drugs or any addiction. It also causes the acts as a teratogenic agent or teratogen. Radiations like X-rays, UV rays also acts as a teratogenic agent. Maternal diseases like diabetes, phenylketonuria also causes disease. The pathogens like the rubella virus, herpes simplex also acts as a teratogenic agent. Here you can see the teratogenesis one by one. The percentage of congenital malformations, here club foot is 19% in the world population, and cardiac abnormalities is 18%, and spina bifida cystica is 13%. Hydrocephalus means the water containing a heavy brain is called hydrocephalus, that is 11%. Encephaly, that is 9%. A cleft lip or cleft palate, 8%. Down's syndrome is 7%. Here you can see the thalidomide. It acts as a drug which acts as a potential teratogen. You can see the consequences of thalidomides. Thalidomide pill is used in sleeping sickness in women. In 1960s, the thalidomide was used in the treatment of morning sickness during pregnancy, but unfortunately, it causes teratogenesis. Nearly 10,000 children are affected with this drastic drug, but it shows several birth defects are armless and legs. They show the defects of arms and legs, bones, ears, face, and heart. Amelia. Amelia means no limbs in babies. Such a condition is called amelia. Phocomelia. Phocomelia means flipper-like hands and feet is called phocomelia. You can see the lady which is suffering with phocomelia. Here, the hands and the legs are they are flipper-like. Such a condition is called phocomelia. Here also see, you can see number of people, number of children are suffering with phocomelia. They never have any distinct forehand and forelimbs and hind limbs. Such a condition, what you called as phocomelia. The teratogenesis due to radiation. Here you can see the X-rays, strontium 90, X-rays, strontium 90, iodine 132, cobalt 60, plutonium. They are used in the treatment of cancer and other disorders. The exposure of pregnant women to severe atomic radiation during Hiroshima and Nagasaki explosion. This explosion is done by the USA 1945, where the USA government dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan. Nearly 40% of babies had shown neonatal birth defects. This is mainly due to radiation effect. Here you can see the teratogenesis due to pathogens. Rubella virus was one of the teratogenic pathogen which causes congenital rubella syndrome. CRS means congenital rubella syndrome in children whose mother exposed with rubella. The first month of infection is 50%, second month of infection is 25%, and third month of infection is 7%. Here you can see teratogenesis due to pathogens. It also causes congenital cataracts, deafness, visual impairment, and cardiac defects. Pathogen can cross the placenta from infected mother to her developing embryo. It also causes low IQ, that is intelligent quotient is due to very small brain, a cleft palate and hair lip. The cytomegalovirus, syphilis also causes fetal abnormality. Here, the teratogenesis causes a number of caused by pathogens like the syphilis virus, cytomegalovirus, as well as rubella virus. The malnutrition, teratogenesis due to malnutrition. Malnutrition during pregnancy leads to deleterious health defects like stunted growth, eye problems, diabetes, and heart disease. A and B and D vitamins may produce serious teratogenic effect like hair lip, cleft palate, spina bifida, skeletal defects, and brain defects. Here you can see the arsenic teratogenesis due to heavy metals. Arsenic, cadmium, and lead are potential heavy metals which causes adverse effect on pregnant women and their fetuses are drastically affected. Cadmium exposure causes suboptimal fetal growth and development. The lead exposure causes interfere with calcium deposition in the fetal bone growth. Deposition of arsenic causes stillbirths and miscarriages. Generally, you can see the teratogenesis due to heredity, the defective genes in humans, defective genes and defective environment. The defective genes in humans causes hereditary birth defects like heart defects is one of the defects commonly seen in birth defects, cleft lip or cleft palate, Down syndrome, spina bifida, club foot, congenital dislocated hip, and craniofacial disorders. These are the disorders which are responsible for teratogenesis. This is the gist about the teratogenesis. Teratogenesis is due to heredity. Teratogenesis is due to heredity. Teratogenesis is due to maternal disease birth defects. Teratogenesis is due to heavy metals. Teratogenesis due to malnutrition. Teratogenesis due to pathogens. Teratogenesis due to pathogens. Teratogenesis due to radiation. Teratogenesis due to drugs. Here, the thalidomide is the protective drug. It causes so many abnormalities in growing embryo. It is one of the drastic effect shown in 1960s. Nearly 10,000 people are drastically, the children are drastically affected with type of with this type of drug. This is the teratogenesis done by the various components. Thank you for watching. We will see in this in other video also. Thank you one and all. Thank you for watching. I am very thankful to you. We will nice, very nice to you in next slide.